Hey, what's up, guys? This is Martin here from Ipkadiak. Your favorite Chad from Poland is back. What's up, my homeboys and sisters? So, gentlemen, let's talk a little bit about handsome man's game today and why women are intimidated by handsome men. Because it's legit, guys. It's the real deal. And a lot of people want to deny this. A lot of guys are like, how come some women are intimidated by handsome men? Or why some women ignore handsome men? Well, gentlemen, allow me to explain. The reason why this is happening is because you scared them off. You have something that most guys don't have. Okay, and this is something that a lot of dating coaches don't talk about. Like, I remember when I was younger, when I was like before my glow up, I used to read all these books about dating, and I used to watch all these channels who talked about that kind of thing, and they never really talked about the intimidation aspect or the Chad's game, because it does exist. And women certainly treat certain men differently from other men. Right? They're not, and every single man out there is not being treated as equal by girls. Hell no. It really, really depends. And so the reason why some women are going to be intimidated by you is because you're different. You stand out from the crowd and from all the other guys. And particularly if you're a guy like me, you carry yourself with confidence. You have that aura. You're masculine. You're dominant. Oh my God, bro! You're gonna scare them even more, because these girls are not used to it. You have to realize that most women today, they're so used to all these beta males, all these sims, all these beta male barnacles that crave their attention every single day. Right? They're these attention seekers. They're needy. And so when they meet you, you're like a completely different animal. You're basically like you're like a tiger in a way, in a world full of hyenas and sheep. That's the easiest explanation I can come up with. So, by default, by definition, you're a different man. You're a very different breed of a human being compared to most men. Okay? So, like, guys, literally, yesterday, I had a very weird experience with a girl. I was working out at my new gym, and I was doing my deadlifts, my Romanian deadlifts, and I saw this cute chick, this blonde chick that stared at me. She was looking at me quite a lot, and she kind of walked by to the dressing room, whatever, and she came back, and she was literally standing right next to me, like maybe 2-3 meters away from me, which is like 5 feet in American, I think, 5 to 10 feet, which is very close. Like, she was standing maybe like here, like the distance where the tree is. For no reason. She was just standing there and talking to her friend, like while she was brushing her hair with like a hairbrush. And that was so crazy to me because the gym was literally empty. There was no guys there. It was me, the girls, and some other teenagers that were working, at the side. But that was it. And I was all there by myself. But that was such a crazy experience. And then later, once our friend actually left the gym, she was working, to the opposite side. She was doing some other things. And I was doing my stretching. I was doing my stretching and I was doing some bridges with my legs because I had a really strong leg workout yesterday. And the girl literally walked across the room. And there was a mirror in front of me with a little bench. And she took the bench and she started doing some shoulder press. And man, I was like, man, what the hell's going on? Like, the whole gym is empty. But I knew what she was doing, man. I knew it because I'm experiencing this. And women, the other thing I also that I did is I did not pay attention to this chick. Because when I'm working out, I'm focused, I'm on my grind, I have that little shit face on me, like that. I don't pay attention to people. I'm focused on my grind. I'm in that zone. I don't want to be distracted by men, women. I'm doing my own thing. And so this girl came about and she started doing some shoulder presses, right, and everything. And I was looking at her, but she was giving me a hard time because sometimes she was giving me some eye contact, but whenever I, walked away for a little bit, I could see that she was staring at me. And I was like, huh, you're a little sneaky one, aren't you? But I knew what she was doing. She was intimidated. She was attracted to me, but she was very intimidated by my presence. Because I'm a tall guy, guys. I'm 6'5", 110 kilograms, which is like 195 centimeters tall at 240 something pounds. I'm a pretty big guy, man. But that was such a crazy experience. And this is not the first time I've experienced this. And in a way, she was ignoring me, but at the same time, she was attracted to me. Because us attractive men or handsome men were kind of like a double-edged sword in a way. On one hand, women are going to be attracted to us sexually instantly, like right off the bat, because that attraction is raw, it's natural, it is not fabricated. We don't have to manufacture it with attention and all these things, like all these other simps and beta males have to do. It's raw, authentic attraction. It's biological. She's sexually attracted to you. You make her wet. Just when she looks at you, there's something inside of her that turns her on. That's what happens, guys. And on the other hand, she's attracted to, but on the other hand, she also knows that there's a high chance that you're probably going to cheat on her, that you're not going to commit to her, right? Because there's all kinds of preconceived notions and beliefs that people will have about us when we're handsome or attractive. And this is just something that you have to deal with, which is why it is your job as an attractive guy to kind of let the girl know that you're a normal guy. That you're not this jerk, this guy who's going to cheat on her, this fucking bad guy, because you're not him. And you have to open her up. You have to let her know. Otherwise, she's going to think that you're just like all these other jerks. These assholes, right? These cocky guys who are just going to use and manipulate the girl. So it's your job, it's your duty. But that was a crazy experience, guys. It was she was pretty young too. I think with her specifically, I think she could have been a virgin. She was like maybe 18, 19 years old. And I could really feel her energy. I could sense that she wasn't experienced with guys. So, that was the thing. But women will be intimidated by you. Some women will go the extra mile and ignore you. Straight up. And you're probably, you're going to be left hanging. You're going to be like, hey, what the hell's going on? She was attracted to me initially when I spoke to her. But then later, a couple days later, I messaged her and she was being very dry. Or she might have ghosted you. Well, this is why. Probably because she got some advice from her stupid friends who told her that you're probably going to cheat on her, that you're going to be a jerk and all these things, and that you're not going to take her seriously, you're not going to commit to her. And so this is what happens usually. Because she wants you, but at the same time, she's kind of hesitant to commit to you or to give you attention. This is what happens. Because a lot of women are so used to all these guys, all these simps, all these beta males, who constantly seek attention from these girls. Right? And when they meet you, who's being very lackadaisical about it, this whole thing, you're being cool, composed, and confident. You're not, staring at the chick all the time. You're not, looking at her booty all the time. You're being a different guy. And women are very, very good at sensing this, man. They can sense that energy. Believe me, every single guy who's watching this who has a lot of experience with women, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Women can sense that that feeling, that frequency that you emit when you want to smash these chicks. You're being needy. You're basically just dating them just to smash them and all these things. You're looking for a return, right? You want to satisfy your little dick, and women are experts at this. They know when it happens. This is why so many women are so good at manipulating guys and famoosing guys all the time with their pussy. It's legit, guys. It's their little super tool. But when they meet you, and you're not even turned on by it, you're like, oh, whatever, it's just a girl. Bro, they just completely lose their mind. Because you're different. They don't know how to act with a guy like you. Believe me, man. Because sometimes I think what can really help you guys out with this, when dating women, this little paradigm shift that you can adopt, is look at things from a woman's perspective. Is this going to turn her on or turn her off? Because you got to be a different guy. And when you're handsome or attractive, you instantly stand out from all the other guys. Now, if you combine it with being intimidating, being confident, having money, having status and all these things, having a good body, having some size, right? A little flex here, guys. Subtle flex. You know, I'm jerking myself off here. But the thing is, you're going to scare some women off. You're going to intimidate them. So, it will happen to you. Most women definitely, I would say, maybe not most women, but like 60 to 70% of women will give you that direct attention. They're going to be very nonchalant about it. But there's going to be that good chunk of women who are going to be a little bit hot and cold with you. You're never really going to know if they're into you. But a lot of them are. And there's a ton of women out there, bro. Believe me. Because I've talked to a lot of girls in the past who are a little bit, who weren't necessarily giving me any kind of choosing signals. I thought they weren't into me at all. But then, as soon as I, walked up to them, I started talking to them. They were like, "Oh, hey, I'm Jessica." I was like, "What? I thought you weren't attracted to me." But they were so bold and composed, and they were so talkative. But on the outside, it appeared like these girls were so introverted and so closed off. And it never really ceased to amaze me. But this is what's going to happen to you. There's a ton of girls out there that like you, but you're never going to know about it. Because women are incredibly good at being secretive about this whole thing. They're incredibly good at hiding their attraction for guys. Especially if she's experienced. They know what to do, man. And they don't want to, because this is something that women are experts at. They've trained so much to practice this skill. Men, on the other hand, men are terrible at spotting choosing signals from women. But women, bro, 1-2 signals and they're ready. They know what's up. They can sense it. They can feel it. Because they have this fine-tuned radar that most men don't have. So, in other words, guys, the bottom line is, don't be so jaded and don't be so negative because some women are intimidating you or some women are being intimidated by you. It's part of life because you're a different breed, which is why you have to ease these girls off. You have to ease them off. You have to be that guy. This is why it is so important when you're a Chad or a handsome guy to be talkative. You have to have that game. You need social skills. Otherwise, these girls are actually going to be turned off by you. Straight up. Because your looks, like your social skills and your personality does not match up to your looks. And to a lot of women, that's a turn off. Because with average guys don't necessarily need to have social skills. Because that's what they expect. That's the product that they're actually looking for. But with you guys, you're a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. So you need to back up your looks. Right? So important, guys. It's vital. I'm telling you. Because there's a whole bunch of men out there who think that, they can just be good looking. They just need to be sexy. They just need to build some muscle, some abs. And women are going to be so addicted to them. No. If y'all want to attract more women, you need to know how to talk. Open your mouth. And have those social skills. It is crucial, guys, for your success. So, that's it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. By the way, we have a free Discord group that you can join down below. And that's about it. Thank you, guys. See ya.